Hi, my name is Graham Smith from Drinkbox Studios, creator of Guacamelee, and welcome to the Middle of Nowhere Gaming Podcast.
This is the Middle of Nowhere Gaming Podcast.
Welcome into episode 44 of the Middle of Nowhere Gaming Podcast. I am your host, Courtney Osborne, and today I'm joined by Lou.
Hey, everyone.
And Miles.
Hello.
Woo! Okay, so anything big happening this week?
I think we have a giveaway.
Oh, a giveaway. Again? Man, we give away more shit than anyone.
We just got a review copy right now. I don't know if you even saw it yet, Courtney.
No, what's it for?
Disgaea 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we just got the PSN code. So if you're listening to that.
We just got another review copy. Woo! Okay, so anyways, yeah, we have another giveaway. This giveaway is for a few milestones that we've hit. We hit 1,000 stories posted on our website. I believe it was early last week. And then we hit 750 likes on our Facebook page, which, to lose memory, I guess, promised that we were going to do a giveaway at 750 likes. And I didn't remember that, and he brought it up, and I was like, oh, balls. Really?
Man, I don't think the listeners care. They're just like, hey, give us free stuff.
I guarantee you Dennis is there somewhere just marking it down, going, they haven't done it yet. That's probably why we didn't get a question from Jake this week.
He's pissed at us for not doing the giveaway yet.
Sorry, Jake.
Yeah. Oh, and then the last milestone is that as soon as my Last of Us Remastered review is posted, that'll actually be our 100th review. So that's three pretty big milestones that I'm pretty happy about. But anyway, so the review, or not the review, the giveaway itself, whoever wins this giveaway can get the last. Oh well, damn it!
Put it in post.
Okay.
The Last of Us Remastered for PlayStation 4 with a MONG t-shirt. Or, if you're an Xbox player, you could get Halo Master Chief Collection whenever it's released, and a MONG t-shirt. Or, you could get Super Smash Bros. For 3DS and a MONG t-shirt if you're a Nintendo player, whenever it's released. So, the only one you... What?
Do we have anything for the Wii U or the PC?
No.
Oh.
If you have a 3DS,
Guys.
if you have a Wii U, you'll most likely have a 3DS.
Yeah. Or, probably not, because I don't. But anyways... Yes, I mean those are the three we have. If you don't want any of those, then don't enter. You know, like that's your options.
Or enter and sell them.
Or or that.
We're not against it.
You know?
We just want to give our stuff away. That's all.
For sure. But anyways, there are several ways you can enter. I'll run you through them all. You can find them all. You can find this whole list on the story post with this podcast. You can find it, there'll be a link in the YouTube video, and you can find it on our Facebook page under the giveaway tab. But anyways, the ways that you can enter, you can get one entry for liking us on Facebook. You can get one entry for following us on Twitter. You can get one entry for tweeting about the giveaway. You can get two entries for subscribing to our YouTube channel. You can get one entry for following us on Instagram. You can get two entries for writing a written review for our podcast on iTunes. You can get two entries for recommending a friend to like or follow us. And in some of these cases, you have to tell us, who you are and who you recommended kind of thing. And then we get to the two big ones. You can get three entries if you send us a picture of how and where you listen to our podcast every week. So say you listen to it at work or whatever, have your headphones in, send us a picture of you at work listening to our podcast. Or if you're in the car every day when you do it, do that. Don't wreck. Don't kill yourself. We don't want that.
And keep it clean, please.
Yeah. We don't need naked pictures. I mean, I know Miles is really wanting them, but we don't need that. And then the last one, my favorite one of all of them, I highly, highly doubt anybody's going to do this. But
I really hope they do because I need new Facebook pictures.
yeah, I know, me too. This is going to be awesome. If anybody has the talent to do this or anybody just wants to do it for the hell of it, I don't care if it's good or not, but if you are artistic, take your time. But if you want 5 entries into getting one of these games and a t-shirt, you can draw cartoon versions of the 3 of us. You can either draw them individually or you could draw us together. Whatever you want to do, as long as it's cartoon versions of us. You have to draw that, take a picture of it, or scan it, and then send it to our email. And you can find out all the information of how to do that on the giveaway. So, but yeah, that's 5 entries, which is the most out of all the things you could do. So if you do all of them combined, you get, let's see, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, 12, 17 entries if you do everything on this list.
Now, I have a question.
Yeah.
Does it have to be by email? Can they also send it by Twitter? Could they post it on our Facebook page?
There's no reason to. We can post it on ours by ourselves. I mean, they can if they want to, but send us an email, So we have the original copy. We have it in its source or its file, its original file and everything like that.
And what's our email?
But it's at contact.mong@gmail.com or mong.podcast@gmail.com. And like I said, you can tweet us. You can post it on our Facebook if you want. Then that's totally fine. But also, please send it to our email so that we have that in one spot. But
also, please totally do the drawing. I would really appreciate it. You get 5 points and our love.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I doubt people are going to do this, but I was trying to come up with some cool requirements for how to enter this, and I was just like, you know what? I've always wanted somebody to draw a cartoon version of me.
Dude, just totally make that one like a standing requirement. Just
the only way you can enter is by drawing a cartoon of us.
Let's see. And you know what? It's pretty easy. We all kind of have themes. I'm the Nintendo Ninja.
Yep.
Courtney is the PlayStation Playboy. The Twitch Titan. And you want to be the Destiny Cowboy, Miles?
I don't want to be a cowboy of any kind.
Well, you got that whole kind of, twang to your voice, so I don't know how else to describe you.
Just include Destiny, and that'll be fine.
Destiny Demigod.
Destiny Demigod.
I'll take that one.
That's the kind of a cool sounding name. But yeah, anyway, so do all of that stuff. You can get 17 entries if you do them all. And again, you can get The Last of Us Remastered or Halo Master Chief Collection or Super Smash Bros. For 3DS. And each of them will come with a Mong t-shirt. So it's your choice of one of them, whoever wins this. So let's move on.
Woo.
Good luck to everybody, though. Whoever enters. I hope we have lots of entries. It'll be exciting.
Yeah.
I'm ready to get into the news, or is there anything else big this week between us?
Any birthdays?
No birthdays.
Not that I know of.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, that's good. I was gonna pre-order The Last of Us last night on PSN, and I decided to do it 20 minutes in advance of midnight. And then I was like, wait, what if it's not actually, like midnight here? What if it's like Pacific instead of Eastern or something like that? And so I started like hesitating, and then I waited until like 5 minutes before it to actually pull the trigger, and by that point, fucking PSN crashed. So I was not able to pre-order it on PSN, not able to download it, and I ended up having to get my ass out in the car and go into fucking Walmart to pick it up at midnight.
Ooh.
Yeah, it sucked.
See, isn't that a game they had preloading for, too?
Nope, it wasn't preloaded. Or there was no preloading for it.
Oh.
I thought that was supposed to be the first game.
Nope, they didn't do it. They had you could pre-order it, but you could not preload it. You could download it at midnight. So that's kind of stupid, but whatever. Yeah. Anyway, so the news from nowhere. Number one is pretty good news. The crisis situation that has been going on for the past month, or past several months apparently, with them not paying their employees is said to be over, according to Kotaku. They reported that after a month of missed paychecks and walkouts, the staff of the Homefront developer Crytek UK were finally paid this week, according to 2 people familiar with the company. It's a welcome bit of news for employees who were worried they might never see what they were owed in full. That's pretty good news.
Definitely.
That was a weird story for a long time. I've always thought of Crytek as being huge, you know? I don't know.
I don't know what I thought of Crytek, but I certainly did not imagine people just being like, middle of the day, just working on something, just, I haven't been paid for 2 pay cycles. I think I'm just going to go home. I don't want to make this game anymore.
Well, I mean, can something like that even happen in the US?
Yes.
Like an entire company not get paid for 2 pay cycles and like not happen to it?
I mean, they can, as long as they end up paying them. Legally, it's fine. There's probably some basis to sue, some punitive thing, but I don't know. I think that it was a really weird story, and I'm sure there's companies that do it all the time. You just don't hear it often, especially in the gaming world.
For sure.
I'm happy that they're back on track because I wanted to eventually try Rise, and I hope to play it, and I hope there's a sequel because it looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah, okay. If this is all true, I'm happy for it because I'm excited for Homefront, you know? Like I liked Homefront, the first one, and the second one sounds really, really cool. And so it's as likely as it was that Homefront was going to be picked up by somebody else, or I think it was Deep Silver. It's still like, I would rather have Crytek Crytek UK still be able to finish it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really excited for any of their stuff, but that was just like a really sad situation to hear about because it's like that is arguably worse than a game company or a developer closing down because it's like they're still open, but it's getting hollow inside.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on.
Yeah.
See.
All right, so the second story was a big kind of drama thing happening last night. NIS America refused to pay GamerX for their $3,000 sponsorship, and afterwards developers ended up pledging a lot of money. For those who don't know, GamerX is the LGBT-friendly gaming convention, and it's recent. It's pretty new. I think they're only on their second convention, but they're kind of facing some financial difficulties as is. NIS America was one of the sponsors and one of the very few sponsors, especially AAA or whatever you'd want to call it, one of the bigger companies sponsoring it, and they pledged $3,000. All of a sudden, after this conference has been over, the people at GamerX got a email saying that NIS wasn't going to pay, that there was some financial difficulties, and that it never got final approval. So the people at GamerX tweeted the email and said how upset they were, and said that it was companies bullying the gay community once again. And right after doing that, various other developers, including Devolver Digital, Mike Bithell, Coffee Stain, Tinsley Advertising, and the dude who made Gunman Clive, all said they were going to pledge $3,000 to next year's convention. So it kind of all worked out, especially because only a couple hours ago, NIS America and GamerX got back to everyone on Twitter and said that everything had been resolved. They ended up finding some money here or there, and that it was just a complete misunderstanding. But I think it was a really interesting goodwill gesture from a lot of the gaming community, especially towards the LGBT gaming community.
Definitely, I can like only imagine how horrifying that might have been for people at NIS America, just to suddenly have that, in their lap. Although I don't understand how it happened, because especially if they have like a meeting or a conference about it, how is that a mistake that's made?
From what I read, it was something like the main guy in charge of the financial stuff was on vacation, and they promised $3,000. And NIS America had been advertised during the entire conference. Like, it was everywhere. They had a big party, and they said, the drinks are free on NIS America. Go buy their games. And then come a week after conference, everything just kind of fell through.
I didn't know any of this, so I don't know how I missed out on it. That's crazy.
Well, I guess it's just good that it's handled, because
Yeah.
that would have been horrible for everyone involved.
Right. If anything, it's actually a really good thing for GamerX that this happened, that the small kind of controversy occurred, because they're leaving this with maybe $12,000 to $15,000 pledged towards next year's convention, even though they're still getting paid for what they thought they weren't getting paid. So it kind of brought around some good publicity for them. All publicity is good publicity. But they ended up getting a lot of money from developers that I think wouldn't have normally promoted GamerX.
Probably right, which is sad, but I mean, hey, everything's working out for the best, so I guess we can't really complain.
Mm.
Right.
Moving on.
Moving on.
All right. EA Access is coming to the Xbox One for those of you.
What is EA Access, Miles?
I'll tell you, Courtney. EA Access membership is it's going to be a I guess kind of a premium thing that's going to start off on Xbox One. I don't know if it's going to stay there, but anyway, it gives you access to the EA Vault, which is a collection of EA's biggest games on the Xbox One, and they'll be ready for you to download and play during the beta, which is what's going on right now. Gamers will have unlimited access to 4 EA games, which is FIFA 14, Madden NFL 25, Peggle 2, and Battlefield 4, and there are going to be more titles being added. So yeah, that's over like $100 worth of games, and if you want to do it monthly, it's only $4.99 a month, and if you want to do it yearly, which is an option, I believe it's $29.99. Yep. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, you can play all those EA favorites as much as you want with just the click of a button. And Access members will also receive 10% discounts on digital EA games and will be able to play the games 5 days early. So that includes titles like the only one that I really memorized, because that's the one I care about, Dragon Age Inquisition.
Now that's okay. So I'm kind of torn on this story. It's kind of a cool service. Mm-hmm. It's kind of weird that it's EA, and I noticed how when you were reading the story, you skipped over calling the 4 EA games great, because the text says 4 great EA games, and you were like, 4 EA games?
I try not to read it like verbatim, and also I don't think any of those games are great. So.
I know, I agree. I was just like, damn. Oh, that's funny.
Peggle 2 is supposed to be really good.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good.
For what Peggle is.
And I heard FIFA's really good for people who like that. I'm not a FIFA fan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just like,
We're
I don't
Americans.
want to falsely advertise.
Yeah. For sure. So how do you guys feel about services like this? Like, say EA does this for a while, and say other companies start to do it.
I would love... But go ahead.
Go for it. Okay. I love it, except that it's EA, and I really don't care about any EA game besides Dragon Age at the moment.
Yeah.
If it was Nintendo doing a subscription service, like if it was you get unlimited access to the virtual console games for $5 a month, I'd be all on that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think that price tag of $30 is really appealing, but actually $30 for I'm planning on paying like what, $64 to $70 for Dragon Age Inquisition. So paying $30 isn't all that bad, and that would also give me a year for whatever else EA sponsored comes out that I want to actually play, like Mass Effect, although it won't be out for many years. But I don't know, it's an interesting idea. I guess EA is for once doing a good thing.
Now I'm wondering, okay, so EA's Vault, like what? How does this work? Does their Vault only have last year's games? Is that what it is?
Well, it's specified EA games on Xbox One, so let's see what that actually entails.
So FIFA 14, Madden 25, Peggle 2, and Battlefield 4 are all last year's editions. So I'm wondering if they're saying, you could pay $5 a month to play all of last year's games, or $30 for a year to do that, and then next year they'll update it with this year's games. That's the way it sounds. Because look, it said you read it yourself. The Access members will receive a 10% discount on digital EA games, and they're able to play the games 5 days early. So that's saying you only get 10% off of Dragon Age. You're not going to be able to pay the $30 a year and play Dragon Age right away. They're saying you're going to get 10% off, so instead you're going to be paying $54 instead of $60.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So that kind of throws another wrench into it, and it's like, okay, well, EA, why are you even offering this? Nobody wants last year's games.
Well, all right. Since I just found the list, the last year games are beyond the ones listed: Need for Speed Rivals, NBA Live 14, UFC, Titanfall, and Plants vs Zombies: Garden Warfare. And I don't even see what
I think
Peggle on this.
I think that right now they're in beta and they're just trying out these games.
Yeah.
I think the program isn't officially launched yet, but we'll end up seeing that, and I'm sure they'll make it clear then.
Yeah.
Because everything has its limitations, of course. PlayStation Plus, even though I think it's a perfect system, has its limitations that kind of sounded weird in the beginning, where it was like if you don't pay for PlayStation Plus, you lose all those games that you've collected.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you do get them back eventually. I don't know. All these subscription programs are going to come with some sort of cost, and that's probably EA's.
Well, and EA, by the way, Peggle 2 was December 9th last year. So that was last year EA game. But
That's just weird because I was on EA's site itself and they don't even list it. It's like, what does that mean to the developers of Peggles? EA is just like, yeah, we don't actually care about your game. Sorry.
well, maybe they have some deal with PopCap Games or something where they don't list it as their game there or something. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't see any way that you could pay $30 and get new release games. Like all of the EA new release games. There's just no way. It's got to be that it's last year's games, or maybe like 4 months or 5 or 6 months after a game is released, then it goes into the vault or something. There's no way it's new release games.
Maybe it's going to be like a tiered thing. Maybe if it was a tiered thing, I might be able to see it. Where if it was like you have to commit to a higher price point, or you have to commit to a longer time period, then you get more access to games.
Could be.
And I'd be totally down with that. I mean, if they said pay $60 for the year and you get every game for free when it comes out, unlimited access for as long as you have this service, that's totally cool in my book, because it's still, I would spend $60 on Dragon Age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess like it says, this is just entering beta, so they're probably working out kinks as it is. So I mean, only time will tell. And no one owns an Xbox One in this little group, at least. So
yeah, not yet.
Soon.
Not yet. Yeah.
Soon, yeah. But at the moment, it doesn't even affect us. So
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so at San Diego Comic-Con this weekend, The Walking Dead Season 3 was confirmed to be coming out in the future. No timeline or anything like that. It was a panel at Comic-Con. Telltale Games announced it, but there was like no details. It's like Season 2 hasn't even finished yet. We just finished Episode 4. I believe it was last week or the week before. And so we don't even know what's going to happen to Clementine. We don't know what's going to happen to the rest of the group. So it could follow whoever survives, what's going to happen in the next episode, or it could just go on its own, direction with new characters. Like, there's nothing known. So I'm glad that it's coming back for Season 3. That's all I'm glad about. I like zombies.
See, I'm kind of upset about it. I want them to do something else.
They are. They're doing lots of something else.
They're doing tons of stuff, and I'm glad they are. But I kind of liked when they went off and did something completely separate from... I mean, even The Wolf Among Us is based off fables to some respect. But I really enjoyed that they took less-known things and brought them to the forefront. Because I think they have a good... they have their finger on the pulse with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but The Walking Dead is their moneymaker. That's like telling, fucking Destiny or Bungie to just drop Destiny after the first one.
Well, that's like telling Bungie to drop Halo, and they did.
They did, yeah, after a decade and making billions and billions of dollars. And they were like, all right, well, let's take all this money and do something cooler with it.
Right, that's just what I want them to do with The Walking Dead.
I don't know. It's too soon because they're still a small team. They've grown a lot, yeah, but and they're doing 4 games now. So it's and I have no doubt that they have other licensed titles in the works that are going to be coming out 2 years from now. It's gonna be crazy because we're not gonna see it coming, just like Game of Thrones and Tales from the Borderlands.
I just assume that even if they did drop Walking Dead, not saying they will, not saying they should, not saying they shouldn't, even if they did, their name has gotten big enough and they have like enough clout that they would probably be just fine.
Oh
in
yeah.
Whatever they wanted to do next, unless it was like an absolute dumpster fire.
But we're also not looking at it from maybe they love doing The Walking Dead. Maybe that's like their baby and they don't want to get rid of it, and it's not a money thing. Maybe it's that's their passion and that's their favorite story to write.
I mean, if that is the case, then yeah, more power to them. They definitely should continue writing on that. It's just like, whatever they want to do.
For sure. So, Miles.
So, if you're a Xbox One, Xbox 360 owner, and you have a Xbox or Live Gold, whatever they're calling it these days. I was in it in the original days, and I don't know what they call it now. If you have that, we know what games you're getting for free in August. On the 1st, Crimson Dragon and Strike Suit Zero will be available on the Xbox One. Both of them are normally $19.99. From August 1st to August 15th, the Xbox 360 owners will be getting Motocross Madness, and 16th to 31st, you'll be able to get your hands on Dishonored. And Motocross Madness is normally $9.99, and Dishonored is normally $19.99.
You can get Dishonored for like fucking $5 now. Like if you go to GameStop and stuff.
Grab it in the bargain bin somewhere.
Yeah, it's a great game.
Yeah, I just assume these prices are based off of Xbox Live's.
Yeah. It's probably their marketplace. That's probably what they sell it for digitally. Now, out of all those games, our team has only played 2 of them.
Strike Suit Zero
and Dishonored.
Yeah.
Because I've played Dishonored and Lou played Strike Suit Zero. Have you played any of them, Miles?
Nope.
You haven't played any of them? Yeah.
Well, I kind of played Strike Suit Zero, but I don't really want to count my time spent with it as playing it.
So Lou, how's the Xbox One's second game this month?
It's okay.
It's an okay game.
Yeah, that's kind of what I reviewed it as. It was pretty good. It's fun for those who like those dogfighting space shooters. I'm not that person, but I could see where
somebody would have the fun.
Yeah, exactly. If it was a free game, absolutely. Yeah, pick it up.
Yeah, for sure. It's like Zone of the Enders. People who are into those games, that would be a perfect title for them. And Dishonored, obviously. I mean, that was up for Game of the Year on a lot of places 2 years ago. Which, that's the key word. 2 years ago was when Dishonored came out. What? Go on.
I'm looking at it on Steam now. Even on Steam, it's $20.
Really?
Huh.
Yeah, so that's impressive. And it's got a Metascore of 91%.
Wow.
For Dishonored?
For Dishonored.
Oh yeah, Dishonored is a great game. So I mean, it's an awesome game, but it's 2 years old now. So after I played Thief this past spring, I was like, Thief was an okay game, but everything Thief did, Dishonored did it like way better. So like if you're into Thief type games, Dishonored is your game. But yeah.
It hadn't occurred to me that Dishonored was 2 years old yet.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
it was like August 2012, something like that.
Something like that.
That's
Jesus.
crazy.
Time moves fast.
Mm-hmm. All right. Lou?
Okay, yeah, it's me next. This is story number 6 for those keeping count. Bravely Default sells 1 million worldwide. Square Enix's 3DS JRPG Bravely Default has reached the 1 million sales point, according to Dengeki Online. Bravely Default was released in October 2013 in Japan and sold over 400,000 copies there. It was then released in December 2013 in Europe and this February in North America, and it sold over 600,000 copies combined.
Okay, so I've heard really, really good things about this game.
Same.
And so, like, as soon as I get a 3DS, this is one of the games I really want to get. But for some reason, I have always thought that this game was called Bravery Default. And, like, I have no idea why. And so, like, whenever I had to, like, what was I doing? I was, adding the stories or whatever to one of our lists or something, and it was when we had our unclaimed document or whatever. I added it as a Bravery Default first, and then I was pulling up the story to link it, and I was like, wait, what? Bravely Default? what the hell? It's like,
Oh.
how did I not ever catch this? And so I have for months thought it was bravery default.
There is some deep, deep, subtle racism in that.
I'm dyslexic as fuck. I'm just dyslexic as hell, so...
But that said, critics did nail this over and over again about the stupid name. And Square Enix has stated, I think, publicly that they're going to stop doing stupid names.
That is so good, because Dream Drop Distance and 362/5 and do a decim. What?
Yeah, they're notorious for their horrible names.
Oh,
Though, I think we already have the name for the sequel. It's Bravely Second.
Yeah, it is.
that's not... Oh, that's bad still.
Right, but it is a sequel. They just should call it Final Fantasy something.
Final
What are we
Fantasy
up to
default.
now?
Yeah, there you go. Just
Final
add,
Fantasy 16.
add one word from the original title and just add Final Fantasy to it, and you're good.
Bravely Final Fantasy default.
Because from my brief time with it, I couldn't tell a difference between an old school Final Fantasy game and this.
Really?
No, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, that's
No,
high
it's a
praise.
really good thing.
Yeah.
And you know what? I really love how they ran Bravely Default. Just like their advertising for it and the message behind it. I'm really happy that this did well. Do you remember what they did for the demo?
I know if you played through the demo, it like saved your progress, so you could actually pick up from there.
Even
Right.
better than that, the demo was an unconnected story point. It was completely separate from the main story. It was like a prequel to it, so you would want to play the demo anyway because it gave you an extra chapter. So everyone played the demo, they really liked it, and then they went out and got the game.
That's awesome.
I feel like that should be like a more used thing in games and
Yeah.
demos, because that is really awesome. I also want demos to come back as a thing. By the way, any developers listening, because they were awesome and I don't see them as much anymore.
Right.
Subtle plug.
Okay, Miles, your turn next.
All right. So, if any of you out there hate the Star Child as much as I do, you'll be happy to know that he probably won't be coming back. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, new Mass Effect details were announced at San Diego Comic-Con this year. As reported live by Twitter, user Nerd Appropriate, interesting name, BioWare's developers teased that there will be some old included with the new, and that familiar characters might make an appearance. Also, during the panel, the team revealed some non-final renders of the new N7 armor on both male and female player models, indicating that once again players will be able to have a choice in gender. The panel went on to explain that gender choice is an important aspect of the Mass Effect franchise, which it truly is. I've got friends who swear by FemShep, if anyone cares. Finally, it was also announced that the Mako will be a reappearance in the next game. It will be completely redesigned. Anyone wondering, it's missing its canon. That worries me greatly. The developers also explained that they will have learned from previous vehicles in the franchise, and these lessons have shaped how the redesigned Mako will function. I'm horrified for its future.
I remember. Oh God, was it? It was in Mass Effect 1, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, and that was the one where like driving was horrible, like ramping over giant mountains and stuff.
It was horrible, but in the same vein, it looks like the Mako is gonna like be a little bit. It's gonna drive a little bit more like the first one.
Yeah.
But the best thing about the Mako in the first one, which I don't know if everyone realized, but when you're in it and you use its cannon, you can it actually has a scope that you can zoom in.
Okay, yeah.
So you can snipe things with a cannon, and that was the best thing. Just parking like on a hill, like a few miles away from your target, and just sniping everything. And I loved it for that.
Now was Mass Effect 1 the one with the giant like snake monsters coming out of the sand?
You're thinking about, well, I think Threshers were in Mass Effect 1, I think, but you're thinking about number 2, I believe.
Okay. Because I remember like sniping those things.
Oh yeah, that was yeah. They were in number 1, and yes, you could snipe them. That was the best way to handle them, because
Yeah, it was the only way.
Yeah, they wrecked you if you got too close to them.
Oh, fuck those guys.
Thresher balls.
But yeah, other than that, the armor looked really cool. Did you guys get to see the pictures of the armor?
I was on the fence about the armor person.
I mean, armor is always customizable in this game, so
Sure.
there's going to be other pieces of armor. That's probably just the default that you come with or something. The basic N7.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really excited to keep hearing more stuff about Mass Effect. The Mass Effect series is one of my favorites. And I really, really, really enjoyed Mass Effect 1. So if they can bring back like RPG elements from Mass Effect 1 and in the new one, that would be awesome.
I'm actually a little bit worried because like the main thing I was excited for about this Mass Effect was they were like, there won't be any Shepard. I'm like, I like Shepard, but
Yeah.
that's fine. They need to move on from him. He's died like 15 times. It's okay. And they were like, it won't be Shepard. We're going to be moving on from, that storyline of the Reapers and stuff. And that got me really excited because, like, from what I understood, they would be moving on to, like, the future. Like, that's great because I was scared they were going to do the Contact War, and I don't really care about the Contact War. It's like Turians are our friends now. We know how that plays out. I don't care to see it. And I was like, they're going to be moving on. That's good. That's great. I want to see what happens to the world after... after
the events of Mass Effect 3.
Yes, after the mass relays were destroyed, because that's always been my biggest question. Like, those were the major thing that got people around the galaxy. How do you handle the world after that's happened? But they announced that it's actually going to be taking place during Shepard's like lifetime. So he will, like, that's how you're going to see some characters that is that it's going to be going on while he's still around. I'm like, that kind of means I don't want to fight Reapers again, guys. I really don't want to do that.
Yeah, I don't either.
And
I'd prefer for it to go any other direction than that.
Definitely. And they mentioned that you, like, from the sounds of it, you're only going to be playing as humans again. And I know a lot of people were like, oh my god, the next one, they're going to let us play as Krogans, they're going to let us play as Asari, Solarians, all of them, even Hanar, freaking tentacles everywhere. And then they're like, oh, you're only playing as humans again, even though we have this ripe, universe of aliens that you could pick from. And I was like, no, BioWare, no.
Yeah. And Lou, have you played any of them?
I dipped my toe in on Mass Effect 1 and liked it. I just didn't follow through with it, and I was gonna get Mass Effect Trilogy, but then at some point I was like, they've got to be doing it for the PlayStation 4. They just need to be doing it. And it's still not announced yet, and I'm still kind of hoping they do it, and I think they're gonna do it because they already have all the damn files saved somewhere. They just need to port it over.
Yeah.
I would love to see a remastered Mass Effect series.
It doesn't even need to be remastered. Just give us the option to do it. God, I just want to play them, and I don't want to go out and play it on my PS3 because I'm done with it.
PS3 is just in the corner crying.
I don't even have it anymore.
Why don't you... Oh my god, you abandoned it.
I've loaned it out to Audrey indefinitely, so that means I'm never seeing it.
Oh, man. I feel bad for it. Poor
She plays South Park all the time.
At least it's having a good retirement.
I guess. That's what you call a good retirement.
And it's old,
Courtney doesn't like South Park.
So, anyways, another Square Enix story after we skipped over to, or we went to BioWare for a minute. Kingdom Hearts 2.5 Remix Limited Edition has been announced. And unlike 1.5 Remix, you don't get the cool little art book and all that stuff. Instead, this time, if you pre-order this one, you get a little bitty Disney pin to go on your shirt. That's really cool.
I'm going to come into the defense. I used to collect Disney pins. I've been to Disney a good number of times.
Yep.
Disney World.
This is why we don't care about you. No,
I'm looking right now at a picture on my wall of Walt Disney World. I'm going to send it so we can include it. But anyway, these Disney pins cost a lot of money.
Oh yeah,
they're like $8.99 each. So this isn't a cheap thing for Disney to do. And I'm sure there are people out there who are going to appreciate it. It's just not going to be the gaming population.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's It's not even Disney so much because Sora's on it, and so it's not completely Disney. It's not like it's going to be just Mickey Mouse or classic characters. It's Sora and Mickey Mouse, and so that kind of half throws in Square Enix, which then cuts the cost, cuts the price or the collector's amount to it. It's like it's not the same as it being a normal Disney pin.
I'm not sure. I'm gonna say sit on it for a couple of years because I have Disney pins right now that cost about $50 if I went to go sell them on eBay. So,
now, does anyone have an image of this? Because I haven't seen it.
Yeah, hold on, I'll pull it up.
Okay.
Somebody
and while you do that, I'm just gonna say this and toss this out there. I would think that a pin would be awesome if it was like crossed keyblades.
Oh yeah, see that would be cool.
Be sick. But yeah, Sora and Mickey Mouse are not like the people I want to be repping on my lapel.
Yeah, I don't know. You here look in our chat right here. It's Sora and Mickey Mouse, and it's just not
back to back. It's got a little dangly bit.
Oh, that looks so silly.
I don't think that's a good picture, or I don't think that. I mean, a good little pin to have. But whatever.
It's not awful.
Yeah, it's not. There's gonna be people that'll love it.
Yeah, in Lou's defense, that does look like something that someone's really going to pay money for down the line. But right now, yeah, I'm like that is very, very not appealing.
Yeah.
I think that it's a good bargain for people if it's a limited edition run and it's something that you can't get because there's pin stations everywhere at Disney. Like that's the big thing that people do there now. Mm-hmm. I have an uncle, and all he does is go pin trade in Disney every day because he lives in the little Disney village right next to Disney called I'm blanking on it. It's like Happiness or some weird Disney thing.
Something that sounds like behind the scenes there's murders and stuff going on.
Yeah, exactly. Like Disney literally owns all of the places there. They can't have anything on their front yards. They can't have flamingos. But I'm going way off track now. Yeah, if this is a limited run thing where this is the only way to get it, that's better than nothing.
Yeah. And
I'm just going to say this. Again, going a little bit off track. I don't know if anyone's been behind the scenes at Disney. It smells awful, and I felt like I got tetanus every step I took. But again, that's neither here nor there. Disney, don't send snipers to my house, please.
Fucking Disney ninjas. Moving on.
Oh, jeez. I'm off. I'm looking at the pin. Anyway.
Who's like, I have to get this. I don't want the game. I want the pin.
Send me your pins. If you guys don't want them, just send them my way, and I'll collect them. Anyway.
If I end up picking this up, you can have mine because it just doesn't pin my interest.
All right, so
I just didn't pin down why I didn't like it.
So let's take a journey off that topic. We're heading into Indie Watch right now, and we got two new announcements from Indie Studios. That game company has announced that Journey is coming to PlayStation 4. Journey, of course, is that big PlayStation 3 indie title that won IGN's Game of the Year. When was that, 2012?
Yeah, 2 years ago. That was the year with the game we were talking about earlier, Dishonored. Because it went out over Dishonored.
What's the other game that got announced with Journey, though? Does anyone remember?
I totally remember reading it and being like, I'm never going to play that.
I mean, I don't plan on it either, but Unfinished Swan, that was it.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that got a lot of great reviews.
Isn't that the one where you like throw paint at the walls?
I think so.
Or am I thinking
something? I'm probably picking that up. They were both games that have been on my list for a while, and I just haven't had the heart to go and get them on PS3.
Because God knows that Lou needs more indie games.
Oh, by the way.
I need more good indie games. There's a very stark difference between Journey and Constant C.
There was a third one, by the way. It was Until Dawn, just so no one can say we didn't get our information right.
Yeah. So, Lou, have you talked about this indie thing yet? Because while we're on the indie scene, you might as well explain your indie dilemma.
Okay, well, for listeners of the podcast, they'll remember in the beginning of the summer, I said this is going to be my indie summer where I'm going to go out and just explore new independent titles. And I am done with indies. Independent developers, please stop sending me indie games for me to review. The rest of my team, of course, would love to review your games, so don't stop sending me indie games. But I've just had it up to here with, and I'm pointing up to my neck, by the way, so there's still a little bit more. But I've had it up to here with just indie titles. I want something with a main story, and I want something with production values. And it doesn't help that I just went out and got a bunch of indie games today. Of course, I picked up Rogue Legacy today, and I'm very excited to start that. I played it for a couple seconds and knew I was going to be hooked. And I'm going to be getting Metrico very soon, and I'm really excited about that because that just looks really interesting. But after that, I'm done. I'm cutting it off there, and I'm waiting until Destiny, and I'm just going to go AAA all the way until maybe next summer.
So totally off topic, but it doesn't matter. I got word earlier, I totally forgot to mention it. I got word earlier that one of our writers, Patrick, he's going to PAX Prime for us. So
cool.
Oh, awesome.
He'll be going. We got our pass for it.
We got a press pass.
Yep. He'll be going up there, and he'll be handing out, business cards and pins and stuff for us, and he'll be trying to get interviews and everything like that. So that's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Patrick's been doing a ton of work for the website.
Yeah.
I'm really happy that we got him on. He's one of the new writers for those of us who actually follow who comes on and who leaves.
Yeah.
But he's already taken on a bunch of different reviews. He's probably reviewed more than any new guy, probably than a bunch of the old guys in the past couple of months.
Yeah.
Definitely more than me.
Have you reviewed any game?
Not for MONG, no.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I've been so poor.
I don't remember you reviewing any.
You kind of reviewed Minimum.
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah. That was a preview, though.
You also kind of reviewed the Destiny Alpha.
I would consider that a review. Just it doesn't matter because that game's gonna change.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, back on Indie Watch, we also have, and we're not pronouncing it right, Rive, which the Two Tribes Twitter said it was Rife, which is the new 2D platforming shooter game from Two Tribes, which is coming out 2015 for PC and consoles. Left intentionally vague because they're not 100% certain where, but they want to say current gen, which includes Wii U, even though I just had a fight on Twitter with some person about it.
You want to explain that?
Yeah, I was trying to get as much information. For those who don't know, we actually broke the Rife, whatever you want to call it, story on N4G. And I was trying to get as much information as I could. So, of course, I was tweeting at Two Tribes about some of the unclear things. One of my questions was, when you say consoles, are you targeting last gen consoles or current gen consoles? And then next to current gen consoles, I put PS4, Xbox One. And then some person who is from Wii U Daily something said, I'm so sick of people like Mong Insider and whatnot considering Wii U not current gen. And I explained it to him very, very nicely that it's very clear of the two consoles whether which one it's coming out on. We're not going to be seeing this game on Wii. The real question is whether they're going PS3 or PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One. I only didn't mention it in current gen because it's so obvious that that's there. I also didn't mention PC, for instance.
Yeah.
And it's kind of ridiculous, but then again, people don't know me and my Nintendo nature.
Yeah, and your preference for games. I don't know.
That person just wanted a reason to get salty. Let's be honest.
As I say, it's just another example of
They
it.
apologized too, so I'll give them that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, that's
well,
good.
you didn't fill us in on that. Here, me and Miles were thinking this guy was a douchebag, planning his hit. No.
I was just going to
Guys,
break
Disney?
his legs.
Wait, what?
What?
No.
No.
Don't tell nobody.
Moving on. Lou, that's you again.
Oh, God, I do 2 in a row.
Yep.
Okay, anyway. Final Fantasy XIV's same-sex marriage decision sparked a gay pride parade. Players from Final Fantasy XIV, a Realm Reborn community, held a gay pride parade in honor of Square Enix's decision to allow same-sex marriages in the game within the latest patch. Slate reported that it was the members of the Rough Trade Gaming Community Guild, an online LGBT gaming community, and it was an impromptu thing where they dressed up in different colors, and this was also called the Pixel Parade, which was in memory of a guild member who was murdered in the April Calgary stabbings. That member was Lawrence Hung. And in reaction to this, the producer of Final Fantasy XIV said that why should there be restrictions on who you pledge their love or friendship to? We decided to go this way because of it.
That is a great move.
Yeah, I totally in support of the move. It's good to see a company do that. It's good to see them implement it into a game like that, and it was cool to see the community come together. Also, that's also a really cool story.
Right. I'm really glad that it's Square Enix too, because Square Enix is not a small group by any means.
Well, and they're not always known in the best light either. And so this is a really, really good move.
And you know what else is great? I didn't read up on this, so forgive me if I'm wrong, but it's great that they weren't disrupted. Like, if anyone's heard about it, the WoW marriage and funeral thing, where they actually they held a funeral and a marriage on 2 different servers, and it wasn't like the same incident, but 2 different times this happened, and both times people just started coming in and started killing players and stuff just because they could. And they knew it was happening. So I'm happy that it sounds like that didn't happen.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think that PvP is allowed in Gilgamesh, or depends on where they were, I guess. If they were in a
Gilgamesh.
city. Well, yeah, it's a server, but which city were they in and stuff like that? Because if they were holding the parade, out in the fucking fields or whatever with all PvP on, then yeah, they could go all get murdered. But I don't know. I don't think that was something they could do within one of the capital cities. But then again, I may be wrong. It's been God, it's almost been a year since I've played Final Fantasy XIV.
I'll just put it like this: it sounds like they weren't griefed in any way.
Yeah. Well, that's really good. I don't know. Griefer. Well, moving on. Far Cry 4 apparently has a PR stunt planned, and it involves Mount Everest. Ubisoft started a contest that will send one winner to the top of Mount Everest, which is Earth's tallest mountain.
Oh my god.
To play Far Cry 4.
Oh my god.
The video announcing this calls it a historic undertaking. The trip will include a one-of-a-kind gaming device fit to withstand the harsh climate. To enter, you only need to submit a 2-minute video explaining your gaming qualifications. Your physical abilities aren't as important as your fanship for the Far Cry franchise. But be sure whenever you submit your video to include the hashtag FC4 Quest for Everest. 4 spelled out the second time, not the first time.
I want someone to win who is in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
This is not good.
This is dangerous.
Do they realize how many people die trying to climb Mount Everest?
Yeah.
There are literally just frozen dead bodies lining the path because they fall and people can't afford to pick them up and carry their bodies.
Yep.
There are just dead bodies out there.
That is, God, this is horrible idea. Now, I mean, they obviously did not say that they're going to make them climb to the top. That's not included.
It was very heavily implied, because if you read the rules and restrictions and all of that, which I always do because I'm in law school and I have to just read any aspect of any contract, it was repeated over and over again that there is a high probability of death.
Because also, it's not possible to fly something to the top of Everest, is it?
They could probably get you pretty high up there and then have a team take you the rest of the way or something.
That's not safe enough for Everest. You will still die.
Yeah, well, see, I assume that they're looking for daredevils, that they're looking for the hardcore gamers who are like, oh, dude, I totally want to fucking do this, like I would jump out of a plane to try and land on the tippy top, like that kind of crazy people, those kind of crazy people. I don't think that they're expecting a bunch of 12-year-olds and grandmas to try to enter this.
That's cool and everything, but then they shouldn't say your physical abilities aren't as important as your fanship with the Far Cry franchise. Because, for instance, I'm totally 100% down for climbing Everest. I am not physically capable to climb Mount Everest. So no matter what my willpower or love of pink-suited men is, I am not making it to the top.
Yeah. See, there's no way. I would never. First of all, I would never apply to win this. I would never try to. But if I did and I won, I would have. No, I would have been like, nope. That was that. I totally did. I didn't apply. What are you talking about? It was so fucking.
That was my friend.
It's also, they have to think about this. Think about who their target audience is. Like, I'm not saying all gamers are, the general, stereotype of gamers in non-gamers' minds. That's not true. But at the same time, most gamers that I've met are not the most physically fit people. And they're just like, hey, we want to take one of the people that would buy our game and kill them before it even comes out. Come on.
All right.
Can you imagine how quickly this could turn against Ubisoft if they do die? Oh, God.
Can I just say right from the beginning, I looked it up, that hashtag that you're supposed to include.
Yeah.
One person has tweeted this.
That's because the gamers are smart. They're like, no.
Yeah, fuck that.
So right now, if you enter, you have a 50% chance of winning this contest.
Oh, God. Yeah, and of dying.
I might do it. I might do it.
Like a 2-minute video. Talk about your gaming.
I would just be like, how about this, guys? You just bring that, like, one-of-a-kind gaming device to my house. We'll just do that, because I don't want to go to Everest.
Mm-hmm.
We'll bring in the green screen, and we'll just go nuts with this.
My God.
This is actually unbelievable for me. I've never seen any contest like this have only one submission. I'm floored. But anyway, let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
Wait.
It's getting late.
Thing. How long is that going to last? Have they said when it ends?
I didn't see that, so I don't know.
Okay, then never mind. But God, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so listener questions this week.
Oh, it ends next month on the 15th.
On August 15th?
Yep.
Well, you still have a chance to get in.
It's just you and one other guy.
Okay, so the first question comes from Tunde. He asks, what did you guys think of this year's Comic-Con? I didn't pay attention.
I didn't either, to be honest. I really like comics. I really like video games, but I did not pay attention.
Yeah,
I was trolling on Twitter, as I always do, and read a lot about it. And it seemed really cool. It seemed like I really wish I was there.
Well, yeah,
did you guys
be there for sure?
Yeah.
Did you guys see the custom Xbox One consoles?
Yeah.
I saw the Game of Thrones ones. What were the other ones?
There was Assassin's Creed one.
Ooh.
There was an Evolve one, which looked crazy. Sunset Overdrive, just any kind of Xbox One game that you would imagine.
Oh.
Guys, I mean, we got the Walking Dead news. We got some Mass Effect news. There's a lot of good news came out. So, I mean, I assume overall it was a really good conference or whatever. Or con, I guess. Well, I guess that's conference, yeah.
Yeah. That's one of the things I would love to go to. Just don't really follow it otherwise.
Yeah. All right, so another question.
Sorry, Tunde.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know. I had a busy weekend.
We will be there eventually.
Yeah.
Just not this year.
Not this year.
And the question for Jake Keel this week is, where is your question, Jake?
What the hell, Jake?
You holding out on us, bro?
We got 3 questions from Dennis, but we're running kind of late, so let's choose 1, 2, or 3, guys, and we'll save the next 2 for next week. I say 1.
Sure.
Okay, Dennis asks, which game or games would you say you are really, really good at? It's a good question, actually.
I used to be able to say I am superb at Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Oh god, I suck.
And then I watch people play now.
Yes.
Because Twitch didn't really exist when I used to say these things.
It didn't exist at all.
Yeah,
there was
exactly.
no Twitch.
So I now know definitively that I am not good at Super Smash Bros. Melee.
But you are the champion of your friends and family.
I rule over them with a stern fist.
Yeah,
anyway,
an iron fist. Yeah.
Maybe Resogun.
Oh, there you go.
I've ranked in the thousands.
Not me. I'm ranking like the tens of thousands.
I don't play enough for that.
Yeah, I suck. That's like last place. So, okay, I'm good. I can only probably definitively say I'm good at like 3 games, and that would be Call of Duty. I'm a really good Call of Duty player. Now I'm not like pro or anything like that. But I'm really good at Halo games. I'm really good at multiplayer on both of those. And then the third one would be I'm really, really good at NCAA football, which no longer is a thing. But when it was a yearly release, the past 7 years, I bought it at midnight every single year. And I play the shit out of those games. I'm a huge football guy. So.
Lame.
Well, I'm not very good at any specific type of game. I just kind of like have my Amadeus moments from time to time.
Yeah.
So, like, I can be playing something really badly, do something absolutely amazing, like in Marvel vs. Capcom, I just kind of randomly killed off all 3 of someone's guys with one character. Damn. So I can do that like once in every 5 months.
And you're like, why wasn't I recording that?
Yeah. So, like, I Amadeus from time to time, but I'm not, like, just amazingly good all the time at anything.
Cool. All right, now, we had a question on the last QuickTime event that we wanted to talk about, but we didn't have time because, due to the rules of QuickTime event. And so, Lou had transferred it over like we talked about. And so, Lou, what was the question that we were going to talk about?
For those who remember, the last QuickTime event was about the Last of Us and the Uncharted movies that are coming out. And the question was, it's already been announced that The Last of Us will be making its way to theaters. However, it begs the question, what genre should The Last of Us be in theaters?
Dramatic suspense.
Dramatic suspense. I mean, like, that's hard because, like, it's not going to be like, Dawn of the Dead, like zombie horror movie kind of thing. Like, I don't think that you would be able to tell the story the correct way that way, So I think Miles has it right that it's going to be drama. It's going to be some like it's emotional story, character development kind of thing, and then the suspense is probably going to be the way to describe these zombies and the tense moments with other humans and stuff like that. I just don't think it's going to be classified as horror.
Probably not. It didn't I mean, I won't say I've played it, as everyone knows. I have not played it, but from what I've seen of it, it wasn't all that horrifying, to be honest.
It was at first.
Okay, at first, yes.
At the beginning of the game.
Middle. And the middle. That basement, flooded basement scene.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh God!
And then the very end of the game, when you go in those subway tunnels with like every freaking clicker known to man, all over the place. Oh God! But yeah, I guess. But The Last of Us is described as a horror survival game, or survival horror. So, but I don't know. I don't think they could tell the story well enough.
What's World War Z classified as?
World War
Z movie.
God.
Yeah, the movie.
Horrible?
Not the book.
Yeah, I was going to say, not at all the book. The book was fantastic. The movie was horrible.
I don't know. The movie did have the most horrifying zombies I've ever seen.
Well, okay, what the hell? There's no way they can freaking make a tidal wave out of themselves.
But that is why they're the most horrifying. 'Cause
that was
they can make it,
what
they
the
are
stupidest.
That is stupid if you, like, yes, it's stupid, but think about if you were in that situation.
Oh,
and you're
yeah.
like, okay, on top of the roofs, I'm still not safe because they just flood up the roof.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, if I was fucking, okay, say the rain was going to fucking rain 40 days and 40 nights and it was going to flood and I had to get on a boat or else I was going to die, I would be scared of that too. That doesn't mean it's good or cool or anything. Like, I don't know. World War Z is stupid.
1 second. Did you say a zombie tidal wave?
Yes, that's what I said.
Oh, did you
What?
not see the movie?
Go watch the movie.
Yeah.
No, I
they-
did not.
They move, there's like, they're massive hordes and they move like water. Like, if they hit the side of a building, they'll just start, like, crawling up over each other. And keep in mind, this is not slow. They move very quickly.
Yeah.
They'll just start crawling up over each other until they get to the top.
And there are
when
thousands of them.
Yeah, there are thousands. And when they're running, like, on the streets or whatever, they just keep going over each other. So pretty much it just looks like water because it moves really fluidly.
Yeah. It's really, really dumb.
In my head, I'm just imagining that scene from The Mummy with the giant, like... Yeah, with zombies instead of sand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh god, I was not. Okay, I read World War Z probably 5 years ago or so, and I absolutely loved it. You know, it was a really, really good book. And then I saw they were making it into a movie, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then I saw Brad Pitt was involved, and I was like, oh, well, that's not as cool as I thought it was going to be. And then I saw the trailer, and I saw zombies climbing up each other to get over a, like, 75-foot wall. I was like, what? No.
I actually just pulled up that video, and I'm sending it to the chat. So, Lou, whenever you get a chance, watch that.
Horrible. This is so stupid. Oh, God, we're so off topic now.
Yes, we are.
Oh, God, I hate that movie.
The World War Z cast.
No, like, I mean, I guess people could like it if they want, like, a horror movie or if they want, like, a action movie or something and they didn't read the book or anything like that. But, God, I was not a fan of that movie. But, anyways, so, Lou, you never said what you thought the movie would be.
Oh, I would go for drama adventure.
Drama adventure. And then Nathan Drake jumps in and kicks a fucking Clicker's ass, and he's like, hey, what's up? Where's Sully?
He kicks the Charybdis out of it.
Okay.
I'm watching the climbing zombies.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can skip ahead to it where they actually start climbing, but this isn't the best example, but it still gets across the idea.
No, I'm not down for this.
It's really bad.
All right,
Like-
so right now I've lost faith in zombie anything. Let's move on to the game releases of this week.
Okay, on PlayStation 3 we have Rogue Legacy, and then we have Guardians of the Galaxy Pinball, which is an update for Zen Pinball, I believe. Zen Pinball 2 or something like that. And then on PlayStation 4 we have Rogue Legacy, The Last of Us Remastered, which you can win a copy of if you enter our giveaway, Guardians of the Galaxy Pinball, and Pure Pool. On Vita, you have Rogue Legacy again. Lego Ninjago Nindroids. I have never heard of that before until this last week. I have no idea what it is. And then
TV show.
Yeah, that's what Erica told me too, and I was like, whatever. You're done.
Never said it was good.
I'm not gonna believe you. That sounds stupid.
Oh, it wasn't good. But
Ratchet and Clank Collection also comes out on Vita, as well as Guardians of the Galaxy Pinball. Who wants to cover Microsoft?
I'm taking PC and Wii.
What?
He
I'm the
late.
Nintendo guy.
It's
You
too
do
late.
Xbox.
I've played them. I don't like Xbox right now.
360, you do Xbox One and PC. On 360, you have Air Mech Arena and Guardians of the Galaxy Pinball.
All right. Xbox One, you're looking at Titanfall Frontier's Edge DLC. If you're still playing Titanfall.
Yeah.
And also, Guardians of the Galaxy's Pinball. Everyone should go see that movie, by the way.
I
when
heard
it comes out
good.
on August 1st. Yes. It looks amazing. The comic is wonderful.
Oh.
On PC, you're looking at Firefall, The Legend of Hero... let's go ahead and put a space between those. Firefall on Tuesday. The Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky.
Which is
Mount your friends.
I was hoping you were going to say that like that.
Lineage 2 Earthia, I think.
Yep.
Crypt of the Necrodancer, which I've been watching someone play. It looks hilarious and fun. Guardians of the Galaxy Spinball again. The Titanfall Frontiers DLC, or Frontiers Edge DLC. Again, if you're still playing Titanfall. Recruits. Short and simple. Pure Pool. Lovely Planet. What does this say? Pine View Drive. Residue. And Eidolon.
Yeah,
Okay.
or Eidolon or Eidolon.
I wanted to read it as Exdolon because I just saw an X for some reason.
All right. You're on X? Is that what you just told us?
Oh God.
Damn, Miles.
Moving on to the Wii U release.
Held yourself together pretty well. All right, Ninja. Fill us in on the Wii U.
For the Wii U, we have all our releases on Thursday. There's X-Type Plus, Frederick, Resurrection of Music, and IQ Test.
What do you bet Frederick, Resurrection of Music is Chopin?
Oh my God.
What?
No, I just, what is that?
Wouldn't it be, don't you think it's like a Frederick Chopin or?
Probably, I guess, maybe. What if it's like
Resurrection?
Him being resurrected from the dead.
Oh God, that's horrible.
Apparently it's been out for a while.
Yeah, it's an App Store game for iTunes.
That's all I need to hear.
He's playing an electric piano. What? Okay, go on.
All right.
Fun.
And 3DS has quite possibly the stupidest named titles. We have Lego Ninjago Ninjroids, which we've already mentioned, hitting on Tuesday. On Thursday, we have Steel Empire, which is virtually unheard of. And my favorite, Tangram Attack.
Ooh.
Do you remember Tangrams?
Nope.
I used to play with them in elementary school. They were the little shaped pieces, plastic things.
Oh.
Dude, I'm looking at a picture right now. I totally remember those now.
Why is
Yeah.
that a game?
I don't know. That actually makes up the stupidest. The Lego thing is actually kind of interesting to me a little bit because Ninjroids, Nintendo Ninja, Tangram Attack is completely confusing.
That's all you need to buy a game. Ninjas.
Ninjas!
So you're going to go ham once Shaq Fu comes out, right?
Oh, yeah.
Ninja isn't in the name.
That's true.
Uh-huh.
You could infer, but whatever. So that wraps up episode 44 of the Middle of Nowhere Gaming Podcast. We are begging you all to go and sign up for our giveaways. If you want The Last of Us or Halo Master Chief or Super Smash Bros. On 3DS, go do that. Go sign up for all of them. Please send us some cartoon pictures of us.
Please.
I really, really want to see some.
Please.
I think that would be awesome. Cause
We will show all of them off. Too.
Oh yeah. We'll totally advertise them. We'll show them off on all of our websites. We'll probably have a story up about it too if we get enough of them.
Also, should we put up updated pictures of ourselves? Because that mustache one is from months ago for me personally.
Well, I mean, I was in a hurry to do it, and I was just like, I'll just link the staff page, and they could obviously find us elsewhere, But whatever, it's we need to do is we all need to get a digital camera. We all need to go against a white background and just take a picture of us, and then send the pictures to Lou, and Lou can Photoshop us all into the picture together and act like we're a team together, and then they could cartoonize that. Yeah. That's
all of that.
That's creative. That's a lot of work.
Go with that.
That is a lot of work. But it's some pretty big prizes.
Yeah. Some pretty big games. Full price games, so.
Yeah. We're bringing you the stuff you want this time. And last time. And next time.
And next time. Always.
Wait, can we say when the next one's going to be? Can we say 1,000 likes?
Yeah, if you want to do that. I mean, we're gonna do, like I said, we're gonna try to do giveaways once a month, so that's a thing. We'll try to do that. But there are also milestones that we can do the giveaways on also, or which would be 1,000 likes on Facebook. So if you guys can boost us up to 1,000 likes, you can have another giveaway. So if 300 friends, 300 of your best and closest friends, invite them all and tell them to join or die.
and tell them to actually listen to us, because we're cool.
Because we're cool like that. We record our podcast on Tuesday nights, and then we release it on Wednesday mornings, normally when our schedules all match up. You can email us on the podcast if you have any questions or anything that you want us to talk about at mong.podcast@gmail.com, or if you have any other questions or comments about anything related to Middle of Nowhere Gaming, you could email us at contact.mong@gmail.com. And you can find us on Twitter at mong.com, all spelled out with the dot and the com. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/Mong Network. And then you can find us on Facebook, Tumblr, and Instagram, and all that stuff by searching Middle of Nowhere Gaming. And then make sure to check out middleofnowheregaming.com for all of our latest editorials, news, and reviews, and all of that good stuff. It's good times. We're at 44 episodes, guys.
Yay.
We're a month and a half away from episode 50. We're already planning what we're gonna do.
It's going to be amazing, guys.
It's going to be amazeballs. Amazeballs. So you can find us all on Twitter. You can find me at Osborne_2009. You can find Lou at
Lou Cantaldi.
And you can find Miles at
Furious Milk.
Yeah. Mong!
Mong.
Mong.